Lucy seeing you here. We're on day number 25 of the 28 days of Pilates. So we are almost there. Today we are going to do a little lower body action. So get yourself ready on your mat and let's do this. You're down on your mat, you're finding your neutral. Legs have some distance between them, arms flat and down. So take a giant inhale as you find your belly scoop and open your ribs. And then exhale, just sort of let everything go. All those bones get heavy to the mat as you engage. On your inhale, you're going to curl your pelvis towards you, just a little sort of rock, feeling that belly in and up as you lengthen that low back. And exhale as you return it, and maybe go into a little extension. Inhale as you pull the pubic bone towards you, and then you press it away from you. You can start to get it a little bit bigger, so then you start to get the glutes maybe involved, right where the seat meets the hamstring, and roll down. So remember yesterday when I said doing bridges, it was all about the upper body, and then you can change the emphasis and make it all about the lower body. So let's do that here. So we're going to roll the pelvis halfway up and stay for a second. Imagine there's a ball between your legs and give it an imaginary squeeze. Press your feet equally into the ground and gently pull your heels towards your seat. And then pull your seat towards the back of those legs. You feel that engagement. You have your belly scoop and articulate it back down. And try to keep that engagement as you inhale it halfway up. Exhale it down. You can start to get yourself a little bit higher by each vertebrae as you lift. Try not to forget about that squeeze of that imaginary ball between your knees. And use your breath to fuel you. You're going to be about 4 more times, so gauge it on where you want to be on that 4th one. You want to be at that furthest point then. On my 4th one, I'm going to stay up there and just feel your chest heavy, your arms long and down, and then just kind of press your butt bones towards the backs of your knees as you lift the pelvis a little higher. Squeeze that imaginary ball a little bit deeper. Draw your heels into you a little bit more. Good, and we're just going to inch down, inch up. Small movement. Upper body doesn't move, it's so stable. Inhale, exhale. Give me 4 more. It's 4. Is everything even on both sides? 2. Hold it up there on 1, and we're going to roll it down 1 bone at a time. Good. Just take those legs wide into your windshield wiper. Get that pelvis moving again, back and forth. A little rotation of the spine. Getting all the gunk out of that low back. Ah, marvelous. Feels so good, doesn't it? Once you start to open up the mobility in your body, these movements can feel so amazing and really help you release all that tension and sort of yucky stuff that's holding you back in your body. Good. All right, so let's turn to our side. I'm going to kind of cradle my head and then make a little 90-degree angle at my hip and knee. And then pull your belly in and up, and you want to feel sort of that little cushion under your waistline. As we lift our top leg hip height, I want you to press that bottom leg down and shoot your butt bones across the room, your crown of your head the opposite way. Down and up, give me 10. All right, so as you're lifting, you're anchoring down. So feel that sort of opposing energy. It'll help you feel that bottom hip and leg working. It also gives you a little bit more power. 2 more. Good. And then just hold it right here. And I'm just going to send that knee back and send it back without extending my back. So I'm really trying to push my knee towards that opposite wall without moving my pelvis. So can you really stack up the pelvis and then try to press the thigh even further back? Anchoring that bottom leg, we're gonna swing it forward and press it back. So kind of right where the seat meets the hamstring is engaging, and then that bottom leg is stabilizing you. And really take it at your own pace here. What's gonna really sort of get you to feel it without going into the back. Good. Keep the shoulders stacked. I'm going to do one more and then bring it here. Now we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to pull the knee towards the chest without tucking the pelvis now. So before we didn't want to extend it, now we don't want to flex it. So we want to really teach our body to stay neutral as we move in the hip. So you're going to get a deep flexion here, so only go to where you're comfortable going. You only want to go as high as you keep that pelvis and spine stable and not tuck. It's amazing. It like springs up at you, right? Bottom leg anchored it down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Good. And then just reverse it for a second just to get a little stretch. And then we're going to stack it up again and go heel to heel, knee to knee. Heel to heel, knee to knee. Anchor that bottom leg so that top leg has a little bit more freedom to rotate. Good. Stay long, keep that cushion under your waist for 3 and tap, and 2 and tap, and 1 and tap, and hold it here, stretching that leg long just to get that release here. Flex your foot, really reach through the heel and press that leg a little further back, and then just little extension lift. Press and lift. Press and lift. So I'm getting into the glute and hamstring, getting that hip nice and open. Good. And feeling that connection of the heel all the way into the seat. Good. You got 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And release it down. Awesome job. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to find that 90-degree angle. And if you would like to come up and add some upper body, you can totally take your hand into your head and work that shoulder opening and stability. Okay, so anchoring that bottom leg, finding the alignment, hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder, and lift and lower. I always notice on this side, my hip wants to start back. So just being aware of all those little subtleties and details. The more you can practice them on the mat, the more you're going to align yourself in your everyday movement. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really want you to understand that it took me years of doing Pilates to finally realize, wow, my everyday movement is really mimicking the stuff that I'm doing on the mat. And I can hold that alignment during my daily activities. And that's where we tend to overuse our body, and injury can happen, overuse of muscles can happen. And so if we can practice that alignment here, we can take it into our everyday movement, and sort of like preventative medicine, right? Push through those butt bones, keep that spine aligned. Teach your body to just move at the hip and not add the pelvis and low back. Okay, you're gonna hold it up here, and now we're gonna press it back. First, get yourself lined up. All right, so make sure you're not in your low back. You can even place your hand on your low back. Make sure there's no tension as you push back and just open. Keep that pelvis. Almost feel like your pubic bone is going slightly forward. Do you feel that? Make sure the leg doesn't lift. You want to keep it parallel with the floor, like you're sliding it along a shelf almost. Good. And notice it's the glute and hamstring that open up that hip. Those are your hip extensors. Can be tight on a lot of us since we're sitting a lot and they're flexed all day. They can be weak. So just notice too if your sides feel different. Good. And really anchor that bottom leg. It's gonna maybe want to shift. We're aiming towards anchor and stability. Don't judge yourself. We do plenty of that, right? Not here. All right, now we're gonna come back and now we're gonna lift it up. You stay. So as my knee is pulling up, I'm shooting my tailbone and my butt bones in opposition so that they don't tuck. My foot likes to hold tension. I just noticed that. So just scan your body. Are you holding tension anywhere? See if you can let it go. It's amazing where we hold it. Good. Sneaks up on you, right? Ooh, baby. Healthy hips is what we're getting to. You're gonna stack those knees and we're gonna go heel to heel, knee to knee. So you're just rotating in that hip, okay? And keep adjusting your alignment. We tend to, when things sort of get harder in one area, we tend to tense up or kind of cheat in another part of our body. So just try to hold that alignment. Good. All right, then you're gonna go to parallel and you're gonna shoot that leg long, keep your foot flexed, and then press that leg a little further back so you can really find the back of your leg. Little release and lift. So it's like a soft little bend and then lift. Anchoring this bottom leg. Good. Push and find your spine in opposition, just stretching so long. Good, and then release it down. And then I'm gonna turn to my stomach. Okay, so now here, let's take our hands right underneath our forehead. Get a little distance between your legs, anchoring your pubic bone, drawing your belly in. Let's just lift up, hold here. Now we're opening the hip in the same sort of way as we did on our side and on our back, but now we're lifting it up against gravity. So you want to try not to lift into that low back, no extension in that low back. So same idea. Reach, lift. Reach, lift. Good. Good. Now, I want you to try to reach, really stabilize and anchor as you lift both legs, not going into that low back. So it's really the seat and hamstring that lift you as you anchor that belly into you. And if you want, feel free to add some upper body. Now you're gonna hold it up. You can keep your head down if you want. Open those legs and then squeeze into the heel and the seat and the inner thigh. Open, squeeze. Really stabilize that upper body. Open, squeeze. Belly in and up, stay long in that spine. We got 4 and 3 and 2. In 1, hold that squeeze. Now lift your body up, lower it down, lift it up. Your legs are now squeezed together. Do you feel the difference? Up. Good. Up. One more time. Lift. Now hold here. Stretch your arms long. Let your legs go. And then little swim here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And just release. And now all 5 or 4 points come up like a star. I'm thinking of your head as well as a 5 point. Just stretch long, lift. Superheroes, lift. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Come on, make that back body work. And 1 more time. Lift. Maybe you rock back and forth a little. Just for fun, and release it down. Good job. Sit your hips back to your heels. Feel that stretch. Release. Good, maybe lift your low back a little bit and your back up to the spine. Get a real shell stretch here. Good, and then just sort of roll up through the spine. Nice and tall. Very good job. And I ran out of time. Crazy how the time flies, especially when you have to do side to side. So hopefully you feel good, and that was a really good hip mobility sort of workout for you. You can come to this as many times as you want. It really is a good way just to sort of release those hips and get all that junk out of there, right? So hopefully you feel fabulous. And remember, if you want to continue working with me, check out my Core Club. Your first week is free. We do Zoom classes, you have a calendar of workouts. It's just, we really sort of just work on practicing on our mat all together so that our everyday movement just is much more functional and efficient. We feel good, we're a community. I could go on and on, I'll stop. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you again tomorrow for day 26. Bye.